So it looks like Microsoft is planning to release a new Xbox console this year. Let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this news comes as a bit of surprise really, because even though there have been a ton of leaks and rumors in the past about new Xbox coming this year or soon at least, a sort of Xbox refresh really, because I'm not talking about Xbox Series Pro or anything like that, so no Xbox upgrade really this year. But yeah, the previous leaks, like this FTC leak, was talking about an Xbox Series X refresh, a digital-only kind of console with more SSD storage, no optical drive, of course, some small improvements when it comes to like Wi-Fi connectivity and that kind of stuff. Better controller apparently as well. But that was then, and since then there have been a couple of good insiders claiming that that concept was actually scrapped and that we're not really going to get that. But now we are getting a new report suggesting that we may actually get a new Xbox console this year. But I personally don't think that this particular, the latest leak, is not really talking about, that's not the same what we saw in the FTC leak, right? Because what happened literally shortly after the FTC leak, Kepler L2 came out and said that he did hear that that project was scrapped, and also he did say that he's not seeing any new chip on the horizon for that console, right? Meaning that I guess a proper slim console, a proper Xbox Series X slim console would probably have to be produced on a smaller node and maybe with some chip improvements and that kind of stuff, right? So, he's not seeing that. And also he did say that, he did hear from a number of sources, close to AMD, of course, that, even if that project was in development, and there's been some other projects in development at Microsoft too. Paul of Red Gaming Tech was talking about Seaben. I'm sure you heard about it. More like a ML based, Xbox Series S console, but that was scrapped too. So, the fact that Microsoft was working on something doesn't necessarily mean that it will see the light of day, right? So, but it looks like something is coming, right? So what is that going to be? And I think, and by the way, this is just my, my thoughts, speculation on my part. If anything, this may just be all digital Xbox Series X, right? I mean, it may come in a different color because the latest leak suggests it's going to be white. In that report that they did talk about some photos being available and that kind of stuff, but they couldn't actually share it. So we don't really know whether it's going to be of a different shape. Whether there's going, we don't know if it's going to be smaller or not. I mean, just fact alone that this console is going to be all digital, no optical drive. So, they may shrink it a little bit. But what I think is going to happen, what we're going to see is just basically another, quote, Xbox One digital. I mean, I'm not sure if you remember that console. Obviously, last generation. I think they released it like after Xbox One X launched. They must be like a year before, or maybe 2 years before Xbox Series consoles launched. Basically what they did, they took Xbox One. They literally, they got rid of optical drive, and obviously the whole you know, the place for optical drive was actually covered with plastic, right? So, you know, there was no, you know, there was no sliding hole, if you know what I mean, nothing to slide the disc in, right? So it was all covered in plastic, but it was pretty much the same design. It was an Xbox One S without optical drive, right? Literally. I think even size was the same. So what I think is going to happen this year, what they will take Xbox Series X, so they will get rid of optical drive. I even doubt if they will change the SSD, because I think what will happen probably, they will want to make it as cheap as possible. So extra SSD storage space would make the console more expensive. So what's probably going to happen is we will see this Xbox Series X just without optical drive in white color, and that's pretty much it, right? It's probably going to be a very sort of lazy approach, because if Xbox Series X proper refresh or a slim model was to be released, well, we would probably hear more about it in terms of hardware, maybe new chip, right? I'm not even sure if they will shrink the SoC. I mean, maybe they will go in 6 nanometers, right? I mean, because like PlayStation did, right? But 6 nanometers, don't need any design change, right? I mean, apparently 6 nanometers is literally a 7 nanometers process, just like, better, right? Slightly better. So it doesn't really need a new design. Going for like anything lower when it comes to the process, like 5 nanometers, not to mention 4, that would need a redesign apparently. So that's why Kepler L2 didn't really hear anything about new chip design, right? So that's just my opinion, right? It's probably not going to be much cheaper, because just getting rid of optical drive doesn't really save them a lot of money. So maybe $50, So I'm not sure if that's actually going to do anything really for Xbox, because $50 is not really a lot, really. It doesn't really make a big difference. I mean, 100, 150, can you imagine a $400 or $350 Xbox Series X, even digital? I mean, that would make a difference. I mean, when they dropped the price of Xbox Series X to $350 during the holiday season, these consoles actually really started selling. So I don't know, obviously lowering the price is always a good thing, but in the end, I think it's not really going to be much of a change. I don't think it's the Xbox Series X refresh we've seen in the FTC leak. If anything, it's probably going to be just a lazy Xbox Series, white Xbox Series X without optical drive, and that's it. I would not be even surprised if the actual case was pretty much the same, but without the actual optical thing, right? That's what's probably going to happen. But hey guys, that's just my opinion, so we'll see how that goes. Apparently this new console is supposed to launch in July. So if that's the case, so there's probably not going to be a proper announcement for this console. They may just shadow drop it during E3 or something. That we will say, oh, there we go, there's another console, a new model, a new Xbox Series X model, right? Without optical drive, right? So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.